back to Hermitcraft. All right. Well, as you can see here, the house of cards is pretty much complete on the outside. I've even gotten some glass cooked up and put in a glass ceiling inside. I want to do something better about lighting instead of using those torches. I haven't decided whether it would be a good idea to maybe replace the top corners with glowstone, or maybe the top and bottom corners with glowstone. That would give it a kind of a uniform look all the way around. I don't know. And as for the entrance, I changed the way I was doing this. And the reason for that is this one keeps most mobs out, and this one acts to keep out the baby zombies and crap like that. At least it should, being on the top half of the bottom block. So we'll find out. Also went back down to do some more mining, and my mine shaft down there has the unfortunate problem in that it has run into other shafts that people have dug and whatnot. So what I'm doing is I'm working on a tunnel. It's going to go about 500 or 600 blocks that way, so that I can do my mining in an area that isn't riddled to the gills, or riddled to the grill? What am I saying? I don't know. Anyway, it isn't basically mined out, because the number of mine shafts and various and sundry tunnels in this particular vicinity, it's kind of like in Season 3 in Hermit Village. You know, there was a lot of mining going on down there, and I finally figured out that if I was going to mine in an area that hadn't actually pretty much been mined out on day 2 or 3, that I needed to go elsewhere. This time I'm not going to go 2,000 blocks. I figure 500 or 600 blocks off that way to the west will be enough that I'll be able to have a functioning, working mine shaft. Oh, God, I'm really starting to hate that. You know, I really am, especially here when I go to break it down, and yeah. Anyway, finishing this thing up was something of an adventure. You'll notice that the center one on these two walls is still diorite. That's because I couldn't quite come up with enough quartz to do the whole thing. It looks great with the quartz. That suggestion was very good. I do appreciate it, because it does look very good with the quartz in there. But I'm going to have to do another trip into the nether hunting up quartz, and trust me, that's not a fast job. I spent something in the neighborhood of most of a day yesterday hunting up the quartz that I needed just for this. It almost makes me wish that vanilla Minecraft had quarries or some form of mining automation. It would be nice. Anyway, I think I want to go have a look, let's see, off in that direction. Let's see, I think what I need to do is head off. Well, I'm going to go through the portal here, get to the orange district, and then head east from there, because I'm looking for a location for a build. Now, where is the orange district? Is this orange? It always looks like brown to me. What can I say? It does. It's kind of a dull orange, you know? A dull, very boring, bored orange. Anyway. Alright. West, east. This doesn't seem right. Let's see. Alright, this is east off this way, so maybe I've gotten turned around as to which one I needed, but anyway. Go across here. Triple spawner, tango belt. And I forget who it was that did the decoration on it, but it was very nicely done. Alright, I think maybe I'm not certain. I am shamefully turned around here. Alright. I think I'm heading in the right direction, sort of, kinda. Well, there's a bridge that I didn't notice before, or that maybe wasn't here before. Alright. Oh man, I have noticed that food, you go through food a lot faster these days. Alright. Over this way. Whoa. Let's not go jumping into the ravine. Yeah, I'm in the right area now. Or at least I'm headed to the right area. You see, I've got a couple of build ideas that I'm working on. And, well, for one of them, I'm thinking something that is basically kind of themed around poker and the World Series of Poker and that kind of thing, because that's an interest of mine. I've always found it to be somewhat fascinating and very entertaining to watch, and so on. So I thought perhaps I could theme a build around that. And another thing that I want to get doing is there is a little thing that I need to attend to, a project that I actually started back in Hermitcraft Season 3, got distracted from, and somehow managed to not ever return to it. And that is really unconscionable. It's unforgivable. It's unthinkable, because the project involved, basically, it was an idea to somehow to recognize or honor patrons, those persons who have chosen to support me via Patreon and whatnot, and I really meant to do a better job at that, and I am quite honestly feeling kind of stupid about that. I was looking at Patreon earlier today, and I realized how long it's been since I've done anything that had anything to do with that, because I got an email recently that they were redesigning the site, and that means changing the layout of the Patreon pages. And, yeah, like I really needed that. Anyway, I'm thinking that perhaps over in this area someplace, I want to do a build that will do that. That will look a whole lot better than the seriously aborted attempt that I did on Season 3. That will serve as a reasonably decent kind of hall of patrons. And I am going to be completely noobish and cheesy here, because it's turned night, and I don't want to deal with those guys. So I'm just going to do this really cheesy tarred pillar a good 20 or 30 blocks up into the air and wait for daylight. But right around in here, this actually is good because it gives me a view of from above here, that perhaps start over there on the beach and come this way across the water. Just go straight that way. And if it need be, go up the slope and just keep going that way. Or maybe have a pair of such halls or whatnot. You know, have another one over here that's coming this way, and another one over there, and so on. Hall of Patrons, which is basically a long hall, basically, enclosed with a lot of glass, and I think perhaps framed in polished diorite. And I'm not quite sure what to use for a flooring material. I'm actually leaning towards slabs or maybe polished andesite if I get enough of it, and so on. I figure that's a reasonable possibility. It can... Ooh, lightning, not fun. And in that hall, down the center of it, a series of pillars made of gold block, one for each patron, and the pillar would be 3 blocks tall. On the bottom of it, there would be a sign with the individual's name or YouTube channel name, or something like that, recognizing them as a patron. And when I say name, I'm only going to use like first name, last initial, so on like that. I don't believe in using full names unless a person actually says go ahead and use a full name, and even then I'm not too comfortable with that. The internet, you know. And then above that sign, on the top of the 3 blocks, on the 3rd block, is where I would mount a banner. You know, some banner designed by the person in question and submitted for use in that. Yeah, that would be cool. I think maybe that might be the way to go. To do something like that, to recognize those that have chosen to be supportive and in that way, and do that. So I think I've been yakking enough here. I think what I'm going to do is once it's daylight, I'm going to get off of this goofy little pillar, get rid of it. And yeah, there's at least one of those guys in armor down there in the water, so he's going to be fun. And oh, a skeletal horse. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to messing with that. Anyway, I am actually running out of time, believe it or not, because I have some real life things to tend to, and yeah, you know how it is. That stuff won't wait. So I'm going to, when the rain stops and it's daylight, head back and start getting some material, get ready to get some materials ready, and next time we'll get some work done on this thing. I want to give some priority to some patron recognition because it's been so long, so way overdue, and I feel like a real nit for not getting it done a long time ago. And besides, now we're in a new season. I need to restart. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.